So ISPAH, International Society of Physical Activity and Public Health, was formed 10 years ago by a group of academics who were keen to do three things: improve the research and science of physical activity and health, to translate that work into practice, and also then advocate for physical activity amongst policymakers. The ISPAH Congress is a really important part. It's a chance for our community to come together. Our membership brings its best science, and we hold it every 2 years because we feel that gives enough time for new things to emerge. We like to hold it with a host country who will also use the opportunity to bring their national stakeholders and government officials together to remind them about why physical activity matters and why it's important to implement it.
What I enjoy about being part of ISPAH is being part of a bigger scientific and researcher community. I started coming to the conferences 10 years ago and have made great connections with people. And coming to the conference now is as much about catching up with colleagues and friends as it is about hearing where the science is. I think that we can all make a contribution to the science of physical activity and health, and to create a community where we can do much more together than we can do on our own. And we all have different areas of strength, but coming together and pooling those together really makes us much more of a force to be reckoned with than if we try and do it on our own. And the conference provides an opportunity to learn from others and to grow, particularly as young researchers and as more senior researchers. We still have the opportunity to learn from the energy and the passion and the excitement of younger researchers and work together to really promote physical activity for health.
I think that the benefit of ISPAH and the ISPAH Congress is that it brings like-minded people together, and it allows us to form the relationships and the connections that make research fun and a lot more manageable. I don't think we should be trying to do this on our own. The challenge is too big and the problem's too hard, but ISPAH allows us to try and tackle it as a team.
The Early Career Network of ISPAH is essentially a self-defined group of early career researchers, and our aim as a network is to foster interaction through events such as this one here, where we are holding a networking lunch. We're always looking for ideas, and if you're interested in getting involved, please do get in contact with us. Yesterday we actually had a speed dating event where we brought together early career researchers to do 1 minute and 2 minute presentations to each other and just essentially share their research with each other in a quick fashion. It was a very successful event where the opportunity to meet some of the ISPAH board members was presented, and we're essentially trying to just foster that interaction throughout the ECN.
I guess the reason I've come to this conference, I really didn't know about it too much until the last couple of months, and my boss suggested that I come along. It's my first international conference, so I'm actually really excited to sort of understand the research climate in other countries, not just the US. And I've been really fortunate enough to come here and learn from already just several great researchers that I hadn't had the chance to meet before. I think also it gives you just another perspective on research, because you know, the cultural differences between other countries and just the way that they do things in terms of societal influence, I think has a really big bearing on how, you know, I see myself growing as a professional. Because just because something works in the US or just because something works in one population doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. And so as, you know, as social scientists, we're really looking at trying to impact activity behaviour, but in order to do so we have to understand how everyone else is doing bits and pieces and just take best practices from them.
I like to come to ISPAH to help me communicate my research. It provides one of the biggest platforms for us to seminar our research to experts in the field. And I like it also to help me build my network around the research and help me gain friends and hopefully colleagues for the future for my work.
At this conference, it's really interesting to see academics at the top of their game talk about the research which people like us who are on the ground actually have to carry forward with the community. So it's nice to see what's happening so we can implement that when we're working in the community and with people who are trying to get active.
I certainly think that ISPAH has got a lot to contribute to the development of the global action plan on physical activity and the global agenda for physical activity. Membership means you're connected to lots of people around the world, sharing science and learning about how we can put that science into practice. And currently in my position at WHO, that's exactly what we need. Get the science we know, the evidence into policies and practice in 194 countries. So join ISPAH and join this big global movement.
Moving towards Vancouver in 2 years is figuring out where are we going, where is ISPAH going to be in 2030? How do we make sure that the position we have as the organization for physical activity and health, that we maintain and further improve that position? What are we going to do? How do we make that happen? How do we build the capacity even further? How do we use all these great young people that we have in our society to really make this field stand out?